Hi everyone, it's Mark Repp, Technology Trainer at Port Huron Schools, and it's time for another tech tip. Today I'm going to look at what I call the magic arrow. This arrow right here, which is show search options in Gmail, and one of the questions I get a lot of the time is how I can search my email for emails that were sent by a very specific person, or emails that have a particular attachment, or emails that were sent within a certain date criteria. So I'm going to show you all those things in one place. It's right here. When I click this little drop-down arrow in the search box, I get all of this search criteria that I need to search my email. So first of all, if you go to where it says search, you can click the drop-down arrow and you can search your all mail, which would be all of your emails that are in your inbox. But you can also do starred items. For example, if I just click starred and click the search button, it will only bring items up within the last day that I have starred. And I've enabled the multicolored stars, and I have red, blue, yellow. And so I can only bring up the starred items if I want to. Other options that I have are the ability to only go into my spam folder or only go into my sent mail. Maybe I only want to search for things that I sent to a particular person. Cadret, for example. I'm going to go into Cadret, and I only want to find emails that were sent to her within the last 3 days of today. So I go to today's date, and this is important. You have to have within a certain number of days of, in this case, today's date. If this is empty, it's going to look the last couple of years, for example. So it won't even activate this feature at all. So you have to have a date in this box. So within 3 days of this date. And there you go. There was only one email that I sent to that person within the last 3 days. So that's how you use that search criteria. Now here's another example. I only want to find unread mails from the How To Geek, which happens to be a tech newsletter that I subscribe to. So I want unread mails from the How To Geek within the last month of today's date. All right, now I click the search button, and there you go. What if I want to go back farther than that? This time, instead of 1 month, I'm going to go back a full year from today's date. I click the search button, and as you can see, all of these messages are in bold-face black type, indicating that they have not been read. So these are all the tips that I've gotten within 1 year of today's date. And it's actually 26 emails. If I click the arrow here, it goes to the next page. Now let me alter or modify that particular search just a little bit. In this case, I want emails that have attachments. So I'm going to have emails that have attachments that are unread from the How To Geek. Well, there aren't any, because the How To Geek does not send email attachments. But what about someone who does? How about myself? How about every email that I've sent that has an attachment, and the size of that attachment is greater than 100 kilobytes within the last year? Now how's that for specific? I'm going to click the search button, and these are all the emails within the last year that have an email attachment, and you can see that right over here at the right, indicated by the paperclip. And so on. As you can see, they're all different things that you can search for. I'm just going to clear out the box and do one last search. In this case, I'm going to find emails that have the word whiteboard, but that don't have the word iPad, that were sent within the last year of today's date. And it can be from anyone. So I click the search button, and here they all are. And you can see that if I go over here to the top right corner, I actually have a total of 104. So if I click the right arrow, I can find emails that were older than this date. There's 21 through 40. I click the arrow again, 41 through 60, and so forth. And what's nice is that Google puts the search syntax right into the box for you. All you have to do is indicate the criteria here. Kind of a cool way to search your email, and I'll bet that a lot of you didn't realize that that was there. So we'll call it for today the magic arrow. And that is today's tech tip. I'm Mark Repp. Thanks for joining me.